Parents and some state leaders are asking the governor to approve federal funding for summer meals. Georgia is one of 13 states that opted out this year, but there is still a chance for next summer. Atlanta News First reporter Abby Kasouris explains.
The deadline to enroll in next year's summer meal program is this Thursday. Nearly $140 million set aside for Georgia students on summer break. Right now, parents and Democrats are trying to get Georgia Governor Brian Kemp to change his mind.
Okay, I need you to be quiet for me, please.
Tasha Miller is a parent to 3 kids. Her school-age daughter is one of 1.2 million Georgia students to receive free school breakfast and lunch. Without those meals during the summertime, she says she's been asking for help.
We're utilizing a food pantry right now, and we are able to go once a week. I know a lot of food pantries don't have that option.
SunBucks is a federal program offering students who already qualify for free or reduced lunch during the school year $120 per summer. Miller says it means she could afford to buy more meat and produce for her family. She signed a petition with more than 3,000 other parents, calling on governors in holdout states to approve the funding. Democrat leaders writing to Georgia Governor Brian Kemp to urge him to do the same.
These federal resources to help families feed their kids are available for the state of Georgia. And what I'd urge is that the governor accept these federal resources to help families across Georgia afford food in the summertime.
In July, Kemp's office sent us this statement defending his skepticism of the program, citing concerns over the lack of nutritional requirements and a lack of fiscal sustainability.
And all we're asking is that you put our kids and our families first.
Georgia Democrats holding a virtual call tomorrow, trying to put more pressure on the governor. In Atlanta, I'm Abby Kasouris.